Hey everyone, and welcome back to Rumbuilder. Matt here, as usual, but I'm not working on a car. I'm also not racing a car, or flying airplanes at the airfield, or going on a trip, or anything. What I'm doing today is letting you in a little behind the scenes. This is my DJI Mavic Mini. This is a really cool camera tool. It's basically a flying camera. It's not like a race quad where you can do loops and rolls and stuff, but it does handle videoing from above really well, as you've seen in some of my last videos, where I got some neat little aerial footage of the cars. A lot of fun. But as you may have seen from some of the footage, a little bit twitchy, and let me explain why. This is the controller for the Mavic Mini. Now, it's really cool because it's very compact. And what you can do, you take this out, and these little sticks right here, these go in here. You just screw right in. You plug your phone in, and then you have a radio. These are your sticks, and as you can tell, well, they're not very long. So any little movement is a big movement. On my regular airplanes, and from my older videos, you'll see this, where I'm flying a really fast airplane. I use what's called expo. And what expo does is it actually kind of numbs the center of the stick. A small movement in the stick equals a small movement on the airplane. So as you move the stick a lot in the center, the aircraft's only going to move a little. You can move it further all the way out, then it catches up. So you can really bank and yank, but if you keep little fingers in the center, your little circles, you're not going to be going a lot. I'm really failing in explaining this. So let's just show you. So you'll see this problem happen a lot when I'm flying and I'm chasing cars. And I'll go to make a turn and the video just jumps, you know, I don't, it's something like that, and it's really annoying. Now, the reason we're doing this problem is, so these sticks are just so short. They're like finger height. So any movement is amplified in your controls. So it's really hard when you're going full throttle to make gradual change, especially if you're doing a complicated change. And like I said, you'll see that a lot in my stuff. It's just kind of annoying. It works really well on slow movements, but fast movements just, like I said, that could have been so much smoother. Alright, so now that we're back in the shop, we can go ahead and start working on this project. We're only going to need a few things to make this happen. It's actually really simple and won't take you very long at all and yield great results. First thing we're actually going to need, believe it or not, is an arrow shaft. Yeah, that's right. Okay, it's all we're going to need material-wise. Tools-wise, a couple of Q-tips, some 2-part epoxy, something to mix the 2-part epoxy on. I'm going to use a little bit of masking tape, a drill, and a Dremel. And lastly, something to sand with in the Dremel. So I've got a cutoff wheel and a sanding disc. Last thing we will need, of course, is a set of standard DJI Mavic Mini control sticks. Oh yeah, you'll also need a pen. So we're going to take our arrow shaft and we're going to measure out roughly 3 inches. And put that right smack in the middle of that. And this gives you a place to mark with your pen where to cut. And repeat the step. By the way, this is why I don't use carbon fiber. For our next step, we'll need our 2 sticks again. You're going to want to remove the little grippy part, toss that aside. Until you're left with just the sticks. Next step is to actually chuck these guys up in your drill. The goal in this step is we need to make this piece right here fit inside here. The way we accomplish this is you start using your monkeys. Next step is you're going to take your drill and your de-sleeved stick, and you're going to put your stick inside the drill. Oops, we go the right way. Let's try it. And they're tight, but don't crush it. Right there. Then you're going to take your Dremel, set this up. You're going to just totally smash. Stopping every so often to check fit. Repeat this on the other stick. Almost. Perfect. The next step, we're going to combine our two-part epoxy. I'm using just some cheap stuff from Harbor Freight. It all works pretty good. You're going to want to mix equal parts of the dark and the light. Then you want to take some of the mix and apply liberally to your stick, your original stick. Then gently rotate while you insert the original stick into the arrow shaft. I like to give it a little bit of a roll on the table to make sure I've got it aligned. Then you repeat for the other side. Now that we've got both sticks lengthened, we're going to want to set them down a little bit and let them harden. Okay, now that our sticks are firmly in place, there's one more thing we have to do before we finish these off, which is bust out the hot glue gun. Yes, I know I forgot to tell you about the hot glue gun. So what we're going to do with our hot glue gun is we are going to fill the end of these with, you guessed it, hot glue. And put a little there, get it flat, and alright, cool. A little bit more dab on top. Now that we got that done, cool these off a bit. One last step. Last step is bed liner, because you gotta look, you gotta look like you're professional. We're gonna take our drill from earlier and we're gonna thread the stick back in the drill, and then because this is a brand new drill and I really like it, I'm gonna bust out with some tape to protect the drill from changing colors. Got a handy dandy little cardboard box here. We're gonna slowly rotate our stick, coat it in bed liner. So now we try with the new sticks. We still have the crazy ability in sport mode. We can still throw the sticks all the way. But like I said, with the, what I'm gonna call analog expo, in sport mode, I can still throw the quadcopter in a nice, gentle, lazy pass. It's gonna rocket past us. But I can move the sticks just ever so slightly because my stick arms are longer, giving me a much more precise and controlled flight pattern. Just so much nicer. How this is gonna help me is I'm gonna be able to keep up with the race cars, but I'm not gonna overshoot them. I mean, come on. That's about the cheapest way you can modify this, and about the only way you can modify this. And so that's my DJI stick mod, as I call it, Analog Expo. Super inexpensive, super easy and just opens up to a whole new way of flying one of these things. And it's really going to help me out on the track, and I think it's going to help me out at the airfield and just in every other situation. Instead of switching between modes, I can now do everything in one mode. So I can go full speed, or I can crawl and do real nice tight turns with slow pans. I mean, the sky is the limit, pardon the pun. That was bad. So until next time, get out there and build something. Don't let me be the only one having fun.